Let's bring you the team news whilst the teams line up and get themselves ready to go with this one, starting with Manchester United, who named an unchanged starting 11 from that 3-0 win against Newcastle at the weekend. Cameron Byrne-Hughes in goal makes his 5th start of the season. Halafu at right back, Kokonki at left back, Armour and Albert Mills in the centre. They have both played very well for the 18s and played for the 21s this season too. Jarius Shah and captain Jim Thwaites in midfield. Bendito Mantato, 2 goals in 3 under-18s appearances this season on the right-hand side. Nathaniel Junior Brown on the left, and Gabriel, who has 10 in 11 this season behind Louis Bradbury up front. It is a strong Manchester United side named by Darren Fletcher. In terms of Peterborough, well, they've won 5-0 and 6-0 in the first and second rounds. They are not to be trifled with. Westcott in goal, Joseph Mendonca, Christoudas and Bushell, the back four. Bushell, the only change from the last round of the FA Youth Cup. Arbour and Fox in midfield. Mitialwa, Saikut and McWilliams-Marcano behind Shopwoke up front, who has scored back-to-back hat-tricks in the first 2 rounds of this competition. Dangerous, and United are going to have to be aware of him. We are set up and ready to go. Referee's going to check the watch before he gets us underway, and it's going to be Manchester United to get us started. Another check of the watch from the referee as he waits for 7 o'clock to roll around, and we are underway in the FA Youth Cup 3rd round proper. Manchester United get us started against Peterborough, live from Old Trafford, and an early ball forward from Manchester United towards Bradbury. Scampers through to the goalkeeper Westcott, away to our left-hand side, and it's going to be an opportunity for Peterborough to have some possession. And oddly, you watch the Peterborough side push up into midfield as they decide to go long. That's well won back by Shah. Down the right-hand side to Mantato. Mantato's got a terrific turn of pace. Down the right-hand side, looks to get the cross in. Now manages to sweep it into the penalty area. It's over the top of Brown, who's going to go scampering after that, but he's not going to get there. Out of play for a Peterborough throw. Good start. Nice ball down the side by Shah, and Mantato, that's exactly the position you want to find him in. And he did the right thing. He had a go at the full-back. It's exactly what you do as a wide player. Go and test him out early. Absolutely the case. Dan Armour here is having a bit of a wrestle with Shopwoke. Is penalised for having that wrestle. Manchester United number 4. Referee asks for the free kick to be taken again, which it is. It comes all the way back to the goalkeeper Westcott from Christoudas. 2 centre-backs for Peterborough, both called Luca. Got a Mendonca wearing number 5 and a Christoudas on the left. Away come Peterborough. Down the right it comes to Bushell. Bushell up against Brown, loses out, but the referee says has lost out unfairly and gives a free kick to Peterborough. There's a smirk from Ben Thornley alongside me. Not sure, Anne. 50-50 with that one. Give the fullback the benefit of the doubt. Goalkeeper Westcott is being chased by Bradbury. United trying to put Peterborough under some pressure. They do that. One back by Mills. Halafu comes back to Thwaites. Thwaites to Armour. Has Kokonki square and Mills retreating. Goes down the right to Halafu. Checks away from the tackle of McWilliams-Marcano. United in possession again. Mills slides a pass through to Halafu. Thwaites gives the option in midfield. Instead it comes back to Mills. Across to Armour. Godwill Kokonki. Look for that ball into the channel. That's something that they had great success with at the weekend against Newcastle United, trying to pick out the run of Brown down this left-hand side, given away by Peterborough. Chance here for Bradbury. Oh, his effort is just wide of the mark. Well, that was a chance early in the game. Bradbury turns it goalwards. Can't hit the target. No, again, we're talking about high press. We saw it earlier, and on this occasion, it's Mantato that's in. It's a miscontrol on the edge of the box by Mendonca. And he'll know that that's a really good opportunity to give his team the lead inside 4 minutes there, Louis Bradbury. Well, there's the intentions for this United side. Win the ball back high and catch them out. early in the game, under a little bit of pressure, just can't make the connection that he wants to make with it. You can see what he was trying to do, and that was really wrap the boot around it, get some power behind the shot. Forward by Mills, one's again coming here, and the goalkeeper out of his area has to make an unorthodox header. Brought down by Manchester United. Jim Thwaites comes back to Albert Mills. Mills and Armour. It's good football from Albert Mills to find Jim Thwaites in the centre circle. Thwaites wearing the captain's armband for United this evening. Sharp, back to Mills. Sharp, first timer, just wide of Dan Armour, but he's going to be able to scamper and pick that up. Thwaites is going to go back to Cameron Byrne-Hughes, goalkeeper, if you've not seen him, who is excellent with his feet, Ben.
He is. He's really good with his feet. I think that's a trait, obviously, that, you know, all coaches look for in goalkeepers, but certainly the cluster of goalkeepers that we've got here at Manchester United at the moment can do exactly that. And he's walked that ball out 30 yards.
Gabriel goes into the tackle. It is played against the Peterborough player and out of play for a Manchester United throw. Back to Armour. Across to Byrne-Hughes. It's exactly the same team that played in the 3-0 win against Newcastle on Saturday, and they were excellent in that game too. So they've got 90 minutes under their belt playing as a unit ahead of this one. Be trying to emulate that performance, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Through from Mills, picked up by Gabriel into the penalty area, forced out again by Peterborough. Gabriel to Brown. Brown finds Kokonki, back to Brown. And now Thwaites. Well, it's been all Manchester United in the opening stages, as we probably predicted. Armour going to go back to the goalkeeper. And this is Manchester United's under-18s in a nutshell. They keep the ball brilliantly, they wait until you make an error, and then they find a way through and in behind to cause you problems.
Yeah, I don't think, and I know the game's only, what, 6 minutes old, I don't think Peterborough have actually strung two, maybe, well, three, let's say 3 passes together, because they've just not been able to get hold of the ball.
That is very typical of this under-18 side. Talking to Travis Binion on the Inside Carrington podcast the other week, and he was saying that this is how they want to play their football. They might make it difficult for themselves by doing it this way, but this is how they want to play. They want to stick to their principles, and you've got to respect it, really. United with Daniel Armour. Out to Kokonki. Kokonki just overruns that. Out of play, and Peterborough have an opportunity to get a throw in it. Darren Fletcher standing in the technical area and watching on. Great experience to have on the sidelines. Player who was so important for Manchester United over the course of his career, and of course a product of the Manchester United Academy himself. Mansato wins the foot race. Doesn't win the second challenge on the ball, and it's brought away by Sykert. Again, the pressure coming from Manchester United, though, and they are relentless, Ben. That's just a little late from Godwill Kokonki.
Yeah. The early one on Harry Bushell I wasn't sure about, but that one I'll definitely give to him. Just, you could see that Kokonki really fancied his chances of getting there. And to be fair to the fullback, he did just nip inside, and the trailing leg caught him.
Fast feet from Bushell. Go long here towards the number 9, Shafawake. As I say, back-to-back hat-tricks for him in this competition. It's not an easy feat. One of those was against Lincoln City. And the last game that they played was against Boldmere St Michael's, who came all the way through the qualifying rounds to get to the second round proper. Yul Halafu. Across to Armour. Runs here, just overhit ever so slightly by Dan Armour. He saw that there were runs happening and he was trying to pick one of them out, just overcooks it a smidge.
Yeah, they're finding it very, very difficult, Peterborough, purely and simply because of they're not closing United down. The fullbacks are really high, which means that both Brown and Mantato can sort of come in and they're giving him all sorts of problems. And then they've got this to deal with as well, where they are forced into giving the ball away.
You do not get any time playing out from the back with this Manchester United side, and they've proved it time and again. Proved it time and again in this game already, to be fair to Manchester United. Relentless running. Flicked on. Williams Marcano, and then Jim Thwaites, who is caught on the way down by Sykert. The referee is going to stop play. Yeah, and looks a little bit uncomfortable, Jim Thwaites. Was it just a collision in landing?
I'm not so sure whether he was landed on.
Take a look here. Bouncing ball, headed away by Mills. Yeah, landed on. He's absolutely right, Ben. Well, he doesn't look too comfy, the Manchester United skipper. An opportunity for Darren Fletcher and Colin Little and coaching staff to get some fluids on board and some encouragement and instructions for this Manchester United side early in the game. I can't imagine that Darren Fletcher will have too much negative to say, because it's been a really bright start, Ben.
No, nothing at all. Nothing at all. It's exactly as we would expect them to start. They're very comfortable in possession. And they press high. They cause teams problems. And no, Peterborough will actually be okay for this moment in time while the score is at 0-0. And I know that they've not had any time to get themselves into the game, and we'll not be able to see what they can do, if at all that ever happens. But you just wonder, by these opening 10 or 11 minutes, if United did score, what Peterborough would do to tweak what they've done already, to be able to counteract and get themselves on the ball and create something themselves, because at the moment they're just pretty much chasing shadows.
Well, Jim Thwaites is back on his feet. He's going to make his way to the sidelines. Hopefully able to shake that one off, the Manchester United skipper. Again, for those of you that maybe haven't seen what Jim Thwaites is capable of, really technical midfielder that will keep Manchester United ticking over. But once you get into dead ball situations in and around the penalty area, there is nobody better, really. He's been fantastic from those situations, both in delivery and having shots at goal.
He's a good carrier as well.
Yeah, like a metronome. Jimmy Thwaites. He's back onto the field, and hopefully that'll be one that he can run off. Byrne Hughes. Down the right to Halafu. Taken away from him by Maxim Vitialva. Mills. Byrne Hughes out to Dan Armour. Jim Thwaites just testing out that knee still. He's moving a little more freely now than he was a couple of moments ago. Mills is going to bring the ball away. Armour. Kokonki comes back across to Armour. You can see that United sort of drop into this three at the back. They really like to push their full-backs on wherever they can, so you can see Halafu high up the pitch on the right-hand side as Mills looks to get the ball forward. Infield to Thwaites. Takes a touch. He's challenged, looks to get the ball away, but it's Peterborough that now have it with Sykut. All the way back to Arbour. Kokonki steps in, makes the challenge, cleared away. Kokonki to Thwaites. Thwaites with a lovely pass out to the right-hand side, looking for Bendito Mantato, who can only just, doesn't make it.
And it was unlucky. It was a really good idea. Tried to fizz it out to him. Little daisy cutter.
I love those passes where they're drilled across the turf like that.
Like Mason Mounts last night into
absolutely.
Brian and Burmout.
Absolutely. Good performance from Manchester United against Wolves last night. Be delighted with that going into the weekend. Bournemouth, the next challenge. Monday night, 8 o'clock. Meanwhile, Manchester United's under-18s 0-0 with Peterborough United. But it has been dominated by the red shirts of Manchester United in the opening 15 minutes. It's a good turn from Halafu. Turns away from danger again. So tiring, isn't it, Ben, if you're the team on the opposite end of this?
It's wholly frustrating when your full-back is a full-back, then he's a sort of inverted midfield player, then he's a right winger who's actually higher than the person who's supposed to be playing in front of him, and you just end up, you know, wishing your head could turn 360 degrees.
Bendito Mantato is playing out wide on the right-hand side. And when he went away with England to the under-17s World Cup in Qatar, actually played at left-back, has played right-back at Manchester United and is now a right winger, so can play one of a myriad positions as Kokonki plays that off the Peterborough man and out of play for a United throw-in. It's brilliant because it gives him development of understanding his position, knowing what he's playing against, but also makes it a nightmare to play against him because he can just drop in and allow Halafu to overtake on that right-hand side.
Yeah, and you see that happening very often where he comes in 10 yards just to allow Halafu to go outside him.
This is Halafu to Mantato. Bendito Mantato comes back to Albert Mills. Jim Thwaites. And now back to Cameron Byrne-Hughes. Armour. So patient with the build-up as well, Manchester United, that you just never know which side it's going to come as they work it down the right this time, and Mantato trying to get in behind. Has to be dealt with by Mendonca. Into midfield and Sykut with a turn around Jim Thwaites. They've got an opportunity here, Peterborough United, and they're up to the edge of the penalty area. It's a lovely touch to get into the box. Mills deals with it brilliantly, gets it back out to the right-hand side. Yeah,
Eddie Fox, who we've not really had the opportunity to mention yet. He makes a foray into the box, goes past one, tries to sort of cut inside two, but Albert Mills just steps across, foot on the ball, perfect timing, and comes away with it. And not a bad ball either. Great touch.
Fantastic from Brown to bring that down. I think he's very unfortunate to have that given against him. 6 and 2 threes for me, but the referee saw it as a foul from Brown. And the offside flag is going to go up against Peterborough.
Yeah, he probably did just foul him, but his touch was exceptionally good.
This competition is sort of steeped in history for Manchester United. Won it a record number of times. 11 in total for Manchester United. There's been some famous teams that have won it as well. And it's so important to this group of players as well. We were talking to Travis Binion about it and how it sort of they see it coming on the horizon, they're desperate to play in it. It means a lot because of the history attached to it, I guess, Ben.
It certainly does. It certainly does. You know, you obviously want to be playing week in, week out, but this is the competition when it starts that you want to be a part of for as long as you're in it, and hopefully this Manchester United side can go all the way. But you certainly expect them season in, season out to be getting to the latter stages, such as the talent that comes through this youth system. And that's probably why, you know, the unexpected teams that have knocked us out in the past, it's so disappointing, because that's exactly what it is. It's unexpected.
Funny, we were speaking to Travis Binion about that on the podcast, and we were talking about specifically the Swindon game where Manchester, it was a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
I remember it,
that
yeah.
under-18s team goes on to win the league, they win the playoff between North and South, they win the Premier League Cup, they sweep the lot, and unfortunately just have one off day. And what Travis was saying was, that's youth football. That sometimes these things happen, and you know, it's all a learning course.
Of course it is. I mean, the pitch was dreadful on the day, but it's same for both sides.
Here's Jim Thwaites with the cross in, pops out to Gabriel, takes a touch, gets past his man, drives the shot in, deflects off the knees, and away for a Manchester United corner.
Yeah, he's just lurking on the edge of the box, Gabriel. And with one touch, he just glides past the defender on the edge of the box. Knows he can't touch him after that.
Has a wicked shot on him as well, Gabriel. Here comes Jim Thwaites with the corner. It's a deep one. Punched away well by the goalkeeper, Westcott. Only as far as Mantato's done brilliantly to get back into the box. Takes a touch, goes down inside the penalty area. Referee says goal kick.
I think that's fair.
It's a good punch that, isn't it, from Westcott to get it clear, but Mantato quickest to it. Takes a touch, goes around the outside. Slightly heavy touch, wasn't it? And then gets blocked off, but I don't think he was going to get on the end of it anyway.
No, he wasn't. But his first touch and then his second one to take it past the first defender was brilliant.
Well, that's a lovely turn from Shah. Shah's going to get the cross in too, finds Brown, shot comes in from Gabriel, it's a brilliant finish into the bottom right-hand corner. Absolutely fantastic from Manchester United, work down the right, pops out to the edge of the penalty area, and Gabriel slots home into the bottom right-hand corner. United 1, Peterborough 0.
Well, it just goes to show, doesn't it, because of the amount of play that United have had across the back and into midfield, we've not really seen much going forward, and then all of a sudden the gaps appear. It's a really good ball into Brown, and he just cushions it, and he doesn't thrash at it, Gabriel. He sees where the gap is and he just guides it with enough power round the side of the defender and out of the goalkeeper's reach.
Such a lovely turn from Shah on the edge of the box, and the setup from Brown is absolutely perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, it's a really, really well-worked goal from the pass by Shah into Brown, the touch, and then the finishing touch by Gabriel. And no more than they deserve with the possession that they've had. Shots on goal have been minimal. I don't even know if they've had any, but that is what they're capable of. They're just so patient, and then they open you up.
Yeah. Excellent. And it's, you know, 1- and 2-touch football, isn't it, that causes the issues. Ben Hughes, told you he was good with his feet, Ben. You enjoyed that, didn't you?
I do enjoy it, yeah, I do enjoy it. I think it's brilliant for goalkeepers that have got the confidence and the actual skill to do that.
That's a good ball from Jim Thwaites as well for Brown, and he's going to get on the end of it. Has got back up with him in Kakonki. Tries to go around the outside, and Peterborough are going to squeeze the ball clear, but only as far as Thwaites. Back to Armour. Across to Mills. Manchester United, with one ball, have got themselves camped again inside the Peterborough half. Deepest line player is Mills here, and he's on the centre spot for Manchester United. Not including the goalkeeper, of course. And they do squeeze and squeeze Manchester United. They force the errors out of you. And as Ben has already touched on, so patient in the build-up. They wait for you to, you know, put one toe out of line and then they'll expose you. That's the error.
Yeah. I'm right in saying here, and you'll tell me if I'm wrong, but have Oliava and Christoudias, have they switched positions?
Yeah, Oliver Arba has dropped into the
centre-back position.
To the back four.
Yeah.
And now we've got Christoudias playing alongside
Eddie
Fox
yeah.
in midfield. Yeah, didn't start that way, did it?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
No.
Good. I thought I was going crazy. Jim Thwaites to the feet of Gabriel. Gabriel, Thwaites, Halafu. Left-hand side, and Godwill Kokonki into the penalty area. Managed to come up with 2 assists at the weekend, and that was exactly how he did it, by bursting into the box from the left-hand side.
Yeah, I would imagine that he is a fearsome opponent, whether you're actually trying to get past him or whether he's trying to get past you. The problem for Peterborough is that they obviously like to play out from the back, but they don't have that option, judging by the size of the forward players. They don't really have that option to go direct.
Yeah, because every time they do, Manchester United just sweeping up, manage to get the ball away.
It's a little bit of a... I mentioned it when it was still at 0-0, what are Peterborough actually going to do to try and counteract what United have already done to them. And it is a conundrum for them, because otherwise you just cannot see them getting back into this game and United extending their lead. That's the only way it looks like this game is going to go, unless they do something slightly different, because it's too comfortable.
Cameron Byrne-Hughes.
I mean, that would absolutely drive me up the wall if after, 15, 20 minutes, when he started, the goalkeeper's walking out, outside the box with 25, 30 yards. I think I'd have to go and at least put some pressure on him.
I can kind of understand it at 0-0, where you're trying to just keep it tight, but once you're a goal down, you're kind of chasing the game, aren't you? This ball is clipped into the penalty area, dangerous ball all the way through the box. A great delivery in the end, attempt from Brown.
Yeah, Ben Westcott was a little bit unsure. I think he knew it was safe from landing in his net, but I'm not quite sure he realised it was going to land in the 6-yard box, and he had his back to everything.
Down the right, too sharp. Halafu, back to Mills. Shah again, who's now playing right wing with Halafu just inside him. They rotate around these positions. Keeping track of them's a full-time job. Halafu. Mills now playing right wing, and Shah turns again. Does brilliantly, looks to get the ball down the right-hand side for Mantato. Clearance from Peterborough is straight back to Jim Thwaites.
It was something that was impressive with the first team last night as well was how quickly they won the ball back. And this under-18 side are masters at it.
Goalkeeper's come a long way to get on this one. Here comes the press from Manchester United again, led by Gabriel, and now Bradbury. Shah gets tight, loose touch on the edge of the penalty area, just about scrambled away by Peterborough United. Try that ball forward again. They are looking for Shafawoke, who has clearly been the danger man for them in recent weeks. Unable to find him at the moment.
Yeah, he's just been snuffed out, isn't he? Albert Mills and Dan Armour have got his. That's because there's an Arbour playing on the other side.
Absolutely right.
Dan Armour, he's just not getting a sniff at all.
I managed to amalgamate Bruno Fernandes and Brian Mbeumo last night. I wouldn't worry about it. Thwaites into the path of Armour. Gabriel's dropped deep to pick this up, try and get Manchester United on the front foot. Comes back to Dan Armour. A bit of a sticky spell in the under-18s Premier League North, Manchester United, but back to winning ways with that 7-0 thrashing of Liverpool.
There you
Back
go.
that up with a 3-0 win against Newcastle United, and that is fantastic. Cross pitch to Brown. Brown chops back, has some space, gets the shot away. Another chance maybe, loose inside the penalty area. Benito Mantato, Jarius Shah smashes it goalwards. Mantato takes a touch, lays this off for Gabriel, and it's wide. Takes a big deflection on the way through. And Peterborough surviving, but only just.
Yeah, it's a superb ball. And my arm was outstretched because he was in so much space, Brown. It's a really good spot from Albert Mills. Crossfield, nice touch, cuts inside, first one's blocked. I have to say, this is a really good save from the goalkeeper, from Shah. He comes out and he smothers it. Danger's still not averted. And as Gabriel tries to find the bottom corner, it's deflected away for a corner.
Jim Thwaites will deliver. Drills it in near post, flicked header away, comes out to Shah. United try and batter their way through the middle. Peterborough stands strong, launch the ball clear as far as Halafu. Gets the ball back to Kokonki, controls his pass to Mantato. They're everywhere, aren't they, Manchester United at the moment? Peterborough just not getting a sniff, Ben.
No, they're not. They're not. It's a really difficult game for them. They don't know whether to stick or twist. Shall we go and try and press them, which they haven't really done yet, and get picked off, or do we sit back and try and soak up the pressure and play on the counter? It's not happened because they can't keep hold of the ball for long enough.
Sykert rolls this forwards, but it's collected by Armour, who gets it back from Brown. Shah to Halafu. Space again on this left-hand side, if they need it. Decide to go down the right with Mantato. Mantato tries to go on the outside, well pinched back by Nat Joseph. Mills and Shah combining to win that back. Thwaites to Kokonki. Neat pass out to Brown. Back in field to Kokonki. Strong, powerful runner, good at carrying the ball too. As I say, came up with a pair of assists at the weekend for Nkoto. That's just behind Brown.
I think Brown probably thought the 2v1 situation, he was just going to slide it inside the full-back, and he was on his way. Just a little bit of miscommunication. Gabriel wanted him to stand still, and thus the ball went behind him. That's a nice pass. But again, you can't keep hold of the ball. Sykert this time giving the ball away.
Mills to Halafu. Just the rotation of positions as well, isn't it? You can now see Mantato's playing a sort of inside forward role, and now he comes out to that far side, comes back infield to Shah. Just such good movement. Everybody understands their positioning. It just very, very difficult to play against. Kokonki to Brown, back to Kokonki. Comes across to Thwaites. What a ball that is from Jim Thwaites. Just couldn't be reeled in by Bendito Mantato.
They just pull them all over the place, and eventually the gaps open up invariably down the sides. We've seen crossfield passes from left to right, from right to left, that have caused Peterborough issues. And again, Dan Armour reading of that.
Good tackle from Shah, finds Jim Thwaites. Again, there's just no time on the ball, is there, for Peterborough United. I think the other thing is that Manchester United look after the ball so well, don't they? As well as being patient, doing all the things that we've said they do really well, they're actually really tidy with their passing too. Kokonki. And even when they do lose out, it's so quickly won back.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, you know, the percentages are really, really quite high, and the times that they do give the ball away are so low. And invariably, it might be just when they're trying something, which you know you have to forgive as a coach, because that's what you want them to do. You want them to express themselves in the right areas, and invariably they will make mistakes. And sometimes you just have to give credit to the opposition that you know they make a good tackle.
This is Albert Mills. Again, just see runs off the ball happening away to our left-hand side. See Bradbury dropping in and then coming back. That's not terrible at all for Brown. Wow, held up perfectly for him, didn't it, on the edge of the penalty area? Gets a shove in the back, and the referee is going to give that free kick.
Well, time stood still for a second there, didn't it, when that ball was played over the top?
Just holds up,
yeah.
So...
Well, Ben Westcott, the goalkeeper, was coming towards it, and then I think he realised that the spin on the ball was taking it away, and he was going to be caught in no man's land because it was reaching Brown. And then a little bit of frustration there from Harry Bushell, I think.
So, Jim Thwaites with the free kick. 9 minutes to go until the break. In towards goal, but it's well claimed by Westcott above his head. Just drifted a little close to him. Halafu steals the ball back. They're trying to get the ball up quickly to Shofawake, aren't they? But it's just not happening for them. United too switched on to allow that to happen.
And they will be aware as well that he is, for obvious reasons scoring, you know, 6 goals in this competition already, 2 hat-tricks, that he is their danger man. And you can see that he has a bit about him. He's certainly got pace, but he's just not being able to use it in the right areas.
He's also isolated, isn't he? Because there's so much ball in midfield that you've got your 2 10s sort of, or your 3 more attacking players dropping slightly deeper to try and get the tackles in, and it just leaves him a little stranded. Credit where it's due to Manchester United for making that the case. Ben Hughes, calm as you like, picks out Jim Thwaites. Makes it look easy. Sharp to Kokonki. Oh, it's a lovely turn and a chance maybe for Bradbury in the penalty area here. Louis Bradbury checks back. Just loses his footing. Gabriel has remained down here. Referee stops play, gives the free kick to Peterborough United, and allows Gabriel time to stand up. Did play advantage, the referee.
I was just about to say, I will give him his due, because it certainly was a foul. But I think that the position that Louis Bradbury found himself in, the referee said, you know, he's in on goal here. And then by the time he'd pulled it back, it was too late for a free kick to be given. But it was certainly a foul on Gabriel. But fair play to the referee for the advantage that he allowed, because it was a good chance.
Williams Marcano has just tried to make a tackle on Jim Thwaites and ended up face down on the turf after Jim Thwaites just sort of shrugs him off. It's a confident Manchester United side with 6 minutes to go until we get to half-time. Big switch again, looking for Brown. Looks to keep it in, unable to do so on this occasion.
Yeah, it's unlucky. Oh, that's a foul throw.
And it's been given as well. Could have been for one of about 3 reasons as well.
You just don't, you just sort of, it takes you by surprise because you don't expect to see it.
Armour. Down the left-hand side to Kukonki. Kukonki has played multiple positions this season, but seems to be quite at home at left full-back. Brown gets the cross in, comes all the way through the penalty area, just slightly behind Mantato. Bendito Mantato wriggles past the first one. How to play for a corner.
He's always positive, isn't he? Inside, outside, and he's just got that burst of acceleration that puts the wind up defenders.
And black boots. All black boots for Bendito Mantato. Gets bonus points for that.
Yeah.
Thwaites. Towards the back post, and Armour just gets crowded out of it. Peterborough take a touch, takes a deflection. Kukonki looks to play that back in, comes back out to Shah. Shah comes across to Mills. Mills moves it on to Thwaites. Thwaites takes a touch in the half space and then thinks about going, decides to come back to Mills. Out now to Halafu. Shah in front of him. Thwaites inside him. And now through the feet of Dan Armour to the left-hand side. United just moving the ball at will here, and that's a lovely bit of body movement from Jim Thwaites to give him half a yard of space. Brown scoops one goalwards, wide of the mark.
Yeah, you could see what he was trying. He just didn't quite get the execution right. But as it came to him, he just wanted to whip it with his right foot, but just got the technique a little bit wrong. Well, I could see the idea in his head, and I like the fact that he tried it.
Absolutely right. It's been one-way traffic for 42 minutes of the game so far. Manchester United still only the 1 goal on the board though, and that, as we saw last night, can occasionally cause you some problems, regardless of how much control that you've had over 42 minutes of football.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. Well, you're only leading 1-0. He's most definitely not unassailable, even with United being so dominant.
Maybe an opportunity here for Gabriel to wriggle free. Wins the free kick inside the centre circle. Eddie Fox penalised for the tackle. Referee would like that taken from the correct position, so the ball comes all the way back for Dan Armour. Step over from Gabriel to the feet of Jim Thwaites. Falls back to Gabriel, takes another touch. Another good touch as well as he tries to wriggle free of tackles on the edge of the penalty area. Gets a good pass away to Brown as well. Kukonki steps into the penalty area. Nicked away from him. Armour Thwaites, Mills.
I mean, he is their outlet ball, and they look for him, but he's just so well marshalled by Albert Mills and Dan Armour, isn't he?
Yeah.
Shofawaki. Great ball.
That's a brilliant ball to Bendito Mantato, herring towards the edge of the penalty area. Maybe a chance for a second here. It's well defended on the edge of the box. Peterborough going to bring the ball away. Kokonki's going to slide in that some tackle from Godwill Kokonki. Well, that's slightly behind Jarius Shah. Give Shofawake the opportunity to get forward here. First real opportunity he's had into the penalty area. Checks onto his left foot, pulls it back. Chance maybe for Peterborough, quickly snuffed out by Manchester United.
Yeah, just one occasion where a lax pass has given him an opportunity, and you can see, you know, even before that he's got a bit about him. There's no two ways. And you just have to be careful, because it only takes something like that to allow Peterborough back into the game. But I have to say, it's the only one in what, nearly 45 minutes.
I think we can say it's now the only one in 45 minutes, because we've got 1 minute of time added on at the end of the first half, and we're into that minute now. It has been as professional a performance from Manchester United's youngsters as I've seen from them all season. Watertight at the back and have made opportunities going forward. Gabriel is dispossessed. It's a good tackle that goes in from Mendonca. Cameron Byrne-Hughes, great starting position.
It was. Yeah, it was.
Big shout too, comes and cleans everything out exactly as you want your goalkeeper to do. I think Peterborough will reassess the way they go about the game in the second half, Ben.
I think if they've got aspirations of getting something out of it, I think they're going to need to, because they've been completely outclassed in terms of the possession and the way they've moved the ball. So yeah, they will have to change it.
Manchester United deservedly lead by 1-0 at the break. It's Gabriel set up perfectly on the edge of the penalty area to fire home into the bottom right-hand corner after a lovely turn from Shah, and then a ball across from Brown to pick him out on the edge of the 18-yard box, right-footed into the bottom right-hand corner. It's the only goal of the game, but Manchester United have been watertight for 45 minutes. They've done brilliantly well in the first half of the FA Youth Cup third round proper. At the break, Manchester United lead Peterborough by 1-0. Meanwhile, here at Old Trafford, Manchester United's youngsters leading Peterborough United 1-0 in the FA Youth Cup, and we are almost underway in the second half. Peterborough do get us started in the second period, and Manchester United lead by that 1-0. Gabriel with the goal in front of the Stretford end to give Manchester United the advantage in the first 45.
It's not the ideal start from Peterborough, going straight into touch.
Immediately gives Manchester United the possession back, and they don't need an awful lot of help, Manchester United, to win the ball back. They've been relentless over the first half. Tackle from Shah, helped out by Mantato, lifted away by Mills. Hooked back in field, headed on by Christoudias, tidied up by Bendito Mantato, known in the squad as Bendy. Can't even think why that might be. Well, that's a lovely bit of a run from Yul Halafu, and he's got himself away from a couple. Drills it out to the left-hand side, and Brown, who's got Kokonki on the overlap, cuts infield. He's dispossessed. Thwaites just prevents the forward run.
I mean, it's a killer, that, isn't it, when you... when the full-back picks the ball up and he dances past three players and then sprays it out across the other side of the pitch.
There's just not a lot you can do about it, really, is there?
Graceful.
Yeah, good with the ball at his feet. It's a good tackle from Mantato. Jim Thwaites goes back to Halafu. Mills just gets caught on the ball. It's good work from Shafawake. Fox goes across to the right-hand side. Williams Marcano to get the cross in, does so, where it's cleared away by Albert Mills.
And there you go. Again, you see, it's the only time there's an element of danger is just when United had that momentary, not even momentary, secondary lapse of concentration. It happened once in the first half with a loose pass and once there with Albert Mills.
But Manchester United dealing with the situation when they've got themselves into it, and you can't ask for any more than that.
No.
Armour to Mills.
And it's how they learn, Liam.
Yeah, and I was just about to point out that it's really important, isn't it, that, you know, we always apply the same standards to football, don't we, whenever we're watching, because we're all football fans, we all enjoy watching football, but these are young professionals learning their trade. Bendito Mantato driving into the area again. He's not going to get the corner, I don't think. No. It's out for a goal kick after it deflects on his knees. And that's what this level of football is all about. It's about creating players that can possibly go on and have good, positive careers in the game. And if they can't, then giving them the skills that they need to be able to go through the rest of their lives. And you know, Manchester United pride themselves on not just making good footballers, but making good people.
Yeah, of course they do. Of course they do. And I know that firsthand. Not that I'm one.
No,
just
no,
the
no,
people, the people that I know are.
I thought about saying what happened to you, but I didn't. I left it alone because you're a decent human being. I would have felt mean. Free kick's been given to Peterborough on the edge of the penalty area for that foul. Chance here from the set piece. It's very central. Gives the goalkeeper a little bit of a tough time deciding on where things need to be lined up. Four-man wall. Christoudias has got right underneath that one and sent it 10 rows back into the Stretford end.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be really disappointed. I think that would have counted, I think, as the first meaningful shot on goal that Peterborough have had, and he was in a useful position. You could see what he was trying, whipping it over the wall, but he just got underneath it far too much.
So difficult those, aren't they? The technique required to get it up and down over the wall from that distance is difficult, and then when you want to add any kind of whip or change of direction on it. Bradbury is going to go chasing after this one. Thwaites engages in midfield, but it's a good turn to bring the ball away by Sycup, and then the ball out to the far side is missed. United have possession back again. It's a good turn from Shah, and it's strong as well in the possession. And Tato does manage to turn, gets himself away down the right-hand side, gets past another one as well, Bendito Mantato. Well, I thought the free kick was going to get given.
Well, they got that wrong, the officials, because it was a free kick on more than one occasion, but then when the free kick wasn't given, it should have been a Peterborough throw. So they did get that wrong.
Right in the end.
Free kick should have been given, definitely.
Two lefts make a corner or something. Two wrongs make it. No, that doesn't work, does it? Anyway, let's just carry on. Manchester United have the ball with Dan Armour. Kakonki leaves the ball behind. Williams Marcano drives towards the penalty area. It's a good run from him. He is felled on the edge of the box, and the referee blows for the free kick. And it is going to be the first yellow card of the game, and it's going to be awarded to Godwill Kakonki.
Yeah, I think that's something I was expecting the referee to produce. It's a good run from Williams Marcano.
So another free kick for Peterborough United as they try and find a way back into this game. Whipped in by Sykut, comes all the way through, cleared away by Louis Bradbury.
Now well defended from a very useful ball into the box. They've actually had more of a goal, Peterborough, in these opening 7 minutes than they did the entirety of the first half. And that's mainly down probably to the speech that the coach would have given them at half-time, that, you know, we don't want to go down without a fight, so let's have a go. And to be fair to them, they are doing.
Well, Jimmy Unwin will have had his work cut out for him. But he's clearly said something that's made an impact.
Yeah.
I wonder whether, you know, it must be quite overawing as well. 18 years old and coming to play football at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
That first 45 minutes, you probably... And then you end up facing a Manchester United side that do that for 45 minutes. It might just be a bit much, mightn't it?
Yeah.
Kokonki to get the ball in here. Thwaites lets it run, Bradbury lets it run across him. Gabriel finds a bit of space. It's away from the next tackle too. He's not fouled, says the referee. Shown inside, Sykut looking to set Peterborough going again. All through the middle. This will be dealt with by Cameron Byrne-Hughes.
Yeah, I actually thought that wasn't the worst pass in the world. No, there was no movement made towards it by Michalva. Have to make sure we pronounce these names correctly, Liam, because some of them are not the easiest when you're unfamiliar with them.
Let me tell you, Ben's got his glasses on and everything. It's down the right-hand side. That's a lovely ball. It's just skipped off the turf, hasn't it? And taken a big bounce. Just ahead of Halafu. Looked like it was going to be a brilliant ball out to the right-hand side. Away by Mendonca. Gabriel.
The first one's a foul.
He doesn't think either are. The referee. Back to the goalkeeper, Westcott. Out to Nat Joseph. Back to the skipper, Mendonca. Joseph. Mills. Well, I thought that was a Manchester United throw-in. I thought that Mills had played it off the underside of Shofawake's foot, but it's Peterborough that have been given the throw-in. Now they are in possession with Sykut. Gonna go back to the goalkeeper, Westcott. Gabriel trying to win that back high up the field, and here comes the Manchester United squeeze, but Peterborough have done well to play themselves out of that position. That's another good tackle that goes in from the goalkeeper. Byrne-Hughes to the rescue again, Ben.
Yeah, superb. It really was, because for once he'd actually escaped the shackles, Shofawake, of Dan Armour, and he is fleet-footed. There's no two ways. He is quick, but great starting position from Byrne-Hughes.
Brown, I think, has been caught out on that far side. He's stayed down.
He has, yeah.
Gabriel wriggles free of the challenge. Has Bendito Mantato on the charge. Mantato into the penalty area, chops back, gets the left-footed shot away. It's only just over the top. It's really good from Bendito Mantato.
He's been positive since the first time he had the ball at his feet. I'm just checking to see that Brown is on his feet, and he is, but he's hobbling somewhat. Little Cruyff there to open up the angle for him to have a strike.
It's a lovely chop, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just there.
And it's the little movement as well with the outside of the left foot that just gives him that time to be able to pick his spot. Opted to go for power rather than towards that far post.
Syker is going to pick this up on the edge of the penalty area. United pressing again. Back to the goalkeeper, Westcott. Cross to Mendonca. Out to Syker. Gets caught on the ball by Jim Thwaites. Thwaites finds some space, gets the shot away. Blocked. And will be cleared by Syker. Picked up by Kokonki on the charge, and he's still going here. Godwill Kokonki going to get the cross in too. Brilliant ball, fantastic shot too from Mantato. Out it comes to Shah, and it's blocked away again. Well, two gilt-edged opportunities, committed defending from Peterborough United.
Yeah, all of a sudden, United are on top of them again, and Peterborough can't get out. It's a brilliant ball from Godwill Kokonki, it really is. Good save from the keeper, and then, I mean, it happened too quickly. I don't know who got the blocking, but it was a sensational block as well. But what a great ball from Kokonki, skips past two.
Brown is still struggling a little bit out on the left-hand side for Manchester United. Brilliant again, though. The pressure comes, and Kokonki charging forward. Bradbury turns. Comes out to Brown. Looks to get it forward to Gabriel. Just behind him. Peterborough going to try and take advantage. Kokonki sliding in. He's on a yellow card, Godwill Kokonki. Sure, Darren Fletcher will be too happy to see him sliding in. He will be happy to see stuff like this, though. What a ball that is to Bendito Mantato.
Yeah, it's a great ball, decent save, but it's the goalkeeper again from Shah.
Brave. Going to have a change for Manchester United, and it is going to be Brown that makes way, I think. Going to be replaced by Samuel Lasale, who is being readied in the technical area. Getting some instructions from Darren Fletcher. And whilst the treatment is happening for Junior Brown, they are going to drag everybody over to have a conversation here, Colin Little and Darren Fletcher. And this will be just you've survived the onslaught for 10 or 15 minutes, and now it's time to push on again, I would imagine. But Peterborough have really rolled the dice, haven't they, in this second half, Ben?
Yeah, they've had a go. We mentioned at half-time that they needed to do something, otherwise, well, you said it, that, you know, this game could quite easily have finished 1-0 if they weren't prepared to have a go. And they have done.
Let's take a look back at how Manchester United ended up in the position that they're currently in, leading by a goal to nil. That lovely turn from Shah, this cushion from Brown, and that finish from Gabriel.
Yeah, well worked. Really well worked. Shah's impressed me this evening. But that is what Gabriel is capable of, and what he's been doing all season. It's a finish beyond his years, really, to be perfectly honest with you. Without meaning to sound anywhere near condescending, it was just a fantastic finish, it really was.
It didn't look like he got himself far enough across to be able to push the ball to the right-hand side, but he just sort of opens the right boot out and turns it home. It's very good work from Gabriel, put into a very promising position, it has to be said, by his Manchester United teammates. Well done to Shah for the turn, and the little cushion from Junior Brown, who has had to make way and is replaced by Samuel Lasale.
Yeah, it's a shame for Brown. He obviously was really struggling, and then as he tried to continue, he felt better of it.
Samuel Lasale has had a pretty good start to the season. 2 goals, 4 assists from 10 appearances. Has been used often as a substitute, where his electric pace is a real problem for teams that maybe are tiring towards the back end of games. It's brilliant from Shah again, just gets past his man. Out to the left-hand side, this is Lasale. Lasale across to Shah. Shah takes the touch, wants to guide it past the first defender, can't do so, and it's Peterborough that can send it out.
Joseph made the tackle that time on the edge of the box, but you can just see now that again, they get into the situations, Peterborough, that when they do get on the ball, they don't really have anywhere to go other than back into where the danger is in order to be able to keep possession, and that is risky.
Mills wants an option. Eventually clips it up towards the front three, where Peterborough can win it back. It's actually good pressure from Shofawake from behind on Mills to force that pass. It's United again, though, isn't it? It's the press that just forces you into mistakes. Bradbury maybe just trying a little too hard to get himself going. Thwaites. It's touch tight to Sykut. And then intercepts. Thwaites through to Mantato. Opportunity maybe here. So he looks to play Gabriel in behind, but breakdown in communication.
Yeah, Gabriel obviously pointed where he wanted it, but I think he wanted that ball playing first time, and when it didn't come, then it was too late.
Bradbury with the effort, scrambling goalkeeper, comes all the way through to Mantato, who's just going to guide it out of play for the corner. Bradbury does really well there to get the turn and shot away, almost catches the keeper out.
I'm just wondering if the second half honeymoon period is over for Peterborough. They did come out with decent intentions, but for the last sort of 5 minutes, it's been camped virtually in the well, not much more outside the Peterborough penalty area.
Yeah, certainly the Peterborough defensive third, I agree with you.
They can't get out at all.
Thwaites with the corner. Kokonki gets up highest. Shah looks to hit it. Mills back out to Thwaites. Thwaites again looks to wrap his boot round it, just can't do so, and it drifts over the net. Kokonki, so tall, he just causes all sorts of problems in the penalty area. Peterborough going to play out from the back again. Manchester United again will gladly accept the invitation to press. Matt does well to force Shofawake backwards. Joseph to Mendonca, and now Sykut. Sykut sees some grass and runs into it, just keeps going, doesn't he? And he's made 30 or 40 yards before having to come back to Christoudias. Arbour across to Mendonca. Well intercepted by Halafu. Has his pocket picked by Michalva. That's a good ball into the penalty area. Sykut's going to have a go. It's a big save. Comes back out to the edge of the penalty area, drilled back in. And Cameron Byrne-Hughes, after a big stop, manages to scoop it up and snuff out the danger.
Yeah, two decent saves. Certainly the first one. And he was up onto his feet quickly for the rebound from Eddie Fox. It just sat up nicely for Sykut. Decent save. Keeps his eye on it, Eddie Fox, and either side of the goalkeeper would have caused him problems, but straight at him.
I think that is their first shot on target, Peterborough.
Two
shots on target, yeah.
Must be, mustn't it?
In the space of
5
10 seconds, yeah.
But it just goes to show, you know, highlights that at 1-0...
Yeah, anything can happen.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but the game does have to be decided this evening. So, if it was a draw, it would be extra time and penalties.
Yeah. I mean, we don't want that, and certainly the players don't. You know, you want them to go through in the 90 minutes, which their play has absolutely deserved for them to do.
Agreed. Pass played by Gabriel into Mantato. Mantato sees an option to run inside. Just a slightly heavy touch from Mantato. That's well done from Mills. Not only does he make a solid connection, he plays it offside cut and out of play for a United throw-in. United substitutes are out warming up. Got options off the bench in several positions, as well as Lasale, who's on the run here, and Lasale is in behind. Look at that electric pace from Samuel Lasale. Looks to get into the penalty area. It's actually a brilliant bit of defending to slow him down and win the ball back.
Yeah, it's Harry Bushell, who was involved in quite a few things in the first half, but he makes a really good challenge there on Lasale. But he's blisteringly quick.
Jimmy Thwaites to Dan Armour. Albert Mills. Kokonki. Offside, he's going to go up against Louis Bradbury. I think if that ball had come first time, I think Bradbury was probably onside, but he'd made the run and couldn't get himself back on again.
Agreed.
Just dropped a couple of degrees at Old Trafford. Got out the car this evening and said to Ben, "It's very lovely out here, it's not too cold at all." Now I am. Which serves me right, really. That's brilliant from Peterborough. Williams-Mercado into the penalty area again, still going. Eventually, it is cleared by United. There is a little nudge in the back of Shah from Fox. Free kick to United. Next change for Manchester United, we'll see Ajayi onto the field, and it's going to be Bradbury to make way. He's worked very hard, Bradbury. He's had a couple of opportunities in behind, only to see them foiled by a good bit of goalkeeping or a good bit of defending. He's worked his socks off. He's now going to be replaced by Ajayi.
Yeah, he has. He was unlucky not to give United the lead in the first few minutes, but he has worked extremely hard.
It's a big high five from Darren Fletcher. United are going to be able to take this free kick and get themselves back up the field. There's Lasale on the run again. You can see why they try and pick him out, because he has got that incredible pace. Got a lovely turn as well.
Referee wasn't buying that.
No, he sent the ball. Lasale just couldn't go himself. Lost his footing. Halafu. Mills back to Halafu. Burn Hughes. Into Shah. Out to Mills. Through the middle he goes to Gabriel. Gabriel can turn, and now Manchester United have got numbers. Gabriel still going here on a solo run, checks back in the opposite direction, gonna have a go from distance, always rising over the bar. After a brilliant run, just couldn't find the finishing touch.
Yeah, they were 6v4 there, weren't they?
Substitution for Peterborough United.
Lovely close ball control, and the way he carries the ball.
Number 16, Junior Crozier.
Changes for Peterborough. Christoudias makes way. Junior Crozier on to replace him. Manchester United going to make a change too, and it's going to be Shah to leave the field. He's had an excellent game and gets a warm round of applause as he leaves the field. James Overy comes on. Now, there is an interesting story about James Overy, who for the first time in his very young career got taken away on international duty with Australia. A couple of games where he was sat on the bench with the first team, a brilliant opportunity for him, and I'm sure he will have appreciated it. Quite get the opportunity to make his debut for the Socceroos, but what a chance, what an opportunity, what a development. Gabriel looks to wrap the left boot around it, pushes it wide.
I think you can understand why he's had a shot from there. It's, again, lovely body movement, the way he lets it come across, but maybe Lusale at the top of the picture was in a better position. I think that's fair to say.
Kokonki with a really strong challenge. Gets plenty of the ball. Kokonki.
I hope that James Overy makes the squad for the World Cup.
Well, it'd be fantastic for him, wouldn't it?
Of course it would.
Lasale steals in. Still going here. Lasale. Overy drives towards the penalty area. Is caught. Free kick, Manchester United. So we've had a bit of a switch around, and it looks like Halafu has stepped into midfield, and it's actually Overy who's going to slot in at his regulation right-back position. I mean, either can play the inverted role, so it doesn't matter too much. I think Harry Bushell over on the far side is still feeling the effects of the challenge from Godwill Kokonki before. It was one of those block tackles, wasn't it?
If there's anybody you wouldn't want to block tackle with on that pitch, it would be Godwill Kokonki.
Why?
I know I wouldn't.
Right, so what can Manchester United do from this dead ball position? Thwaites. Will he deliver, or is he going to have a go? Thwaites is going to have a go, pens it goalwards, and it's palmed down by the goalkeeper, but manages to collect it at the second attempt.
Yeah, it's always a real difficult one, that, when it's coming across you.
Halafu cannot dispossess Saikut. It comes down the left. Michalva just loses his footing. Halafu brings the ball away. It's a strong challenge from James Overy as well, but it is Peterborough that keep possession. It's a lovely turn in midfield from Patrick Saikut, and it comes all the way back to Arba. Mendonca down the left finds Nat Joseph. Offside flag is going to go up against Crozier.
Yeah, the substitute wasn't looking.
Made it competitive in this second half, Peterborough.
Yeah, they've had a good goal. And just when you thought that maybe they wouldn't come again after those sort of first 15 minutes, then to be fair to them, they did.
Overy. Halafu. Back to Mills. Armour. Kokonki going to try and find Lasale on the run. It has gone out of play on that far side for a throw-in. Lasale definitely has the pace to stretch a game of football. Gabriel picked up by Ajayi, helped on by Gabriel, taken over by Ajayi. Options left and right now for Noah Ajayi. Picks out Mantato. Mantato's going to go to the byline, gets the shot in, it's over the top. Well, again, Manchester United find a route through down this right-hand side, unable to trouble the goalkeeper.
Yeah, but demonstrating again, left foot, right foot, Bandito Mantato, he can go either way. Nightmare for defenders.
Joseph. Halafu puts the tackle in. Gabriel can't prevent that from coming through midfield. For Wake. Pops it on down that left-hand side. Metalvia is going to get there. And then James Overy slides in to make the challenge. Can have another change for Manchester United here. And we're going to see Jay McAvoy onto the field, and McAvoy is going to replace Yul Halafu. And that will mean that James Overy does take over at the right-back position. And you will see Jay McAvoy come in alongside Jimmy Thwaites in the centre of midfield.
Yeah, Halafu's had an impressive game as well, as Shah, who went off before him.
Gabriel goes back to Mills. Mills sends this across to Cameron Byrne-Hughes. Just a little bit of confusion, but United do get it away. Tackle comes in from Kokonki. Knocks it out on the far side. Still a bit of time left in the game. 12 minutes until we reach the full-time whistle. United were very much like a second to calm nerves. Ajayi to Gabriel. Gabriel out to Lasale. Lasale's going to try and put this back in for Gabriel. Really good choice, but just couldn't get the direction on the pass that he needed.
Yeah, he just needed to angle it in. Oh, I didn't actually see what happened there.
I think it might be rising damp, actually, out on the far side. Yeah. Well, they've run their legs off Peterborough, haven't they? And Manchester United have made them run a little bit further than they would have wanted to as well, with the possession that they had, certainly over the first 45 minutes.
I think that's fair to say.
So Bushell just having that left leg stretched out. You can see out by how awkward it was for him to get up. The leg's just stopped working, hasn't it? You've just seen, it's just seized on him, and he's desperately tried to keep his feet. And oh, look, you know what it's like. It's happened to you. It's happened to anybody that's done any kind of, you know, intense exercise. Once it cramps up, there's nothing you can do.
Nothing.
You're a passenger.
You are.
Yeah. Bushell has made way. Don Yang on to replace him. He's still having that leg stretched out as well, because it has it's properly cramped up on him. I'm feeling his pain. Peterborough on the charge here, looking to try and find an opportunity. Shofawake is turned the ball infield. Dan Armour's going to bring it away. Picks out Jim Thwaites. Thwaites uses his balance to get the ball forward. He's looking for Gabriel. McAvoy with a challenge in midfield. Ajayi fighting for it. Referee says fighting too hard against Arbour. Gives the free kick to Peterborough.
Not so sure there was much in that. He was perfectly entitled to go for it.
Shofawake again looking to get there, and again it's Cameron Byrne-Hughes' starting position as he realises the danger is coming, slides in and knocks the ball away.
Yeah, and when you've got somebody with the pace of Shofawake, it's just so important. And he's pulled it off every single time.
Such a good tackle that as well. It's brilliant. Don Yang now cleared away. Jai looking to get there, brought down by Sykot. One back by McAvoy, who is upended. Not a free kick though, apparently, and gives Peterborough the chance on the edge of the penalty area. Mantato back in defending.
It looked like a free kick.
It looked very much like a free kick. Not given though, so not a free kick. It's a good tackle. Jai rolls his foot on the ball, manages to tuck it back in field, but Jim Thwaites, I think, was a little concerned with how open Sykot was in midfield, so decided not to chase after it. Gabriel is back in defending, but it's a Peterborough free kick.
Yeah, just maybe a slight hint of obstruction. I wasn't sure whether the referee was going to give it, but I understand why he did. And these are, you know, getting to the stage now where you're into sort of, if Peterborough equalise, do we have an extra 30 minutes? If United win score another one, then it's pretty much game over.
Armour heads the ball clear. 7.5 minutes to go. And after a dominant opening 45, as we keep saying, Peterborough have really given a much better account of themselves in the second period. And they're on the charge again here, down the right-hand side, to take on Godwill Kokonki. Heavy touch from McWilliams-Mercado, and behind it goes.
Yeah, he's had a go. He's had a go in this second half, and all of a sudden you do see the sort of the potential of some of these players from Peterborough, especially in forward positions. They've got pace.
It's a little bit like Mendonca was climbing up the back of Noah Ajayi, but the referee lets it go. Flick round the corner brilliantly, and now Gabriel streaming forward. Can he get the next touch he needs? It's a brilliant challenge that comes in. Absolutely fantastic to deny Gabriel, who was charging in on goal.
Yeah, 2v1. It's a lovely flick into his path. I think it was it Ajayi that flicked it through?
Yeah, Ajayi that flicked it through.
Brilliant.
And then the tackle, I think, is Nat Joseph that gets across.
Yeah, and he has to as well. And he has to pick the right time to do it, because you can see at the bottom of the screen, Mantato is lurking. So it's a really, really good challenge by the fullback, Joseph.
McAvoy looks to prevent Mendonca getting any further. Back it comes to Arba. Cross now to Ndonjang. Back to Arba. Williams-Mercado. Well, Peterborough getting increasingly desperate to try and make something happen here, and Manchester United are in defensive mode as they try and thwart any advances. Overy, good and strong in that challenge, gets caught.
Yeah.
Easy one to spot, that one. Nearly took his boot off.
Yeah, he didn't need to do it either, did it? He got James Overy hemmed in that bottom corner, and he just scrapes his leg down the side of him. Easy decision for the referee. We've already seen people going down with a little bit of cramp, and we understand that these teams have given everything and the legs are tired. Along that goes your concentration, and this is where United need it more than anything, or more than ever in this game. These final few minutes where they're looking to try and increase the lead, but certainly if that's not going to happen, not let Peterborough back into it and see the game out, manage it.
Burn Hughes looks to get out to Kokonki, but it's stolen away by McWilliams-Mercado, and now Sykut on the edge of the penalty area. That's a good challenge from Jim Thwaites. Gabriel has got Lasale on the move. Over the top it goes. I think Lasale's just about kept himself onside. Yes, flag stays down. Infield to Gabriel. Gabriel edge of the penalty area to finish things off. Can he get his shot away? Great tackle again from Peterborough on the edge of the box. Absolutely brilliant. And this time it's the captain, Luca Mendonca, who manages to stop Gabriel in his tracks.
Yeah, it's a really good challenge. Really good challenge.
Mendonca is now running the ball forward. Mills steps in and takes it away. McAvoy back to Armour. Into the final five. Kokonki going to try and find Lasale. Just taken too long to get the left-footed pass away. It's just rolled out of play on that far side on Kokonki. Here's that challenge from And Donker not got an awful lot of the ball. Has he got any of the ball there, Ben?
I think he did, yeah. I think he did. Argument as to whether he may have taken man first, that is for sure, but I think the referee gave him the benefit of the doubt. He definitely got something on the ball.
Another substitute being readied for United. McCormack. As Sykut comes back. And Donker across to Arber. Kokonki steps in. Finds Lasale. Lasale is not able to keep that in over on the far side, and that will give Manchester United the opportunity to make the change. No, not yet. Throw him taken too quickly for United to make the substitution. Mendonca. Arber comes back to Mendonca. Mendonca trying to make something happen here for his side. Sykut. Sykut can't get that one past Bendito Mantato, who lifts the ball clear to halfway. Ajayi fighting for it, but has fought too hard. Free kick is given Peterborough's way, and the change will be Gabriel, who has scored the only goal of this game, who comes off the field. A brilliant finish from him in the first 45 minutes to be replaced by Rafe McCormack.
Yeah, a very gifted young man, scored a wonderful goal and who caused all sorts of problems with his running, his change of direction, his just general way that he sees the game and the way that he plays it is quite something to watch.
Raw, I think it's fair to say, 15 years old.
Yeah, of course, but I mean the potential that he's got from what you can see so far is, you know, is nothing short of sensational.
Forward. McCormack, Thwaites. Ajayi looking to get on the end of it. It is turned round the corner to Arber by Mendonca. Williams Mercado. Back to Arber, across to Mendonca. Into the final 20, plus whatever is added on at the end of this one. Going to be 5 minutes of time added on if the scoreboard was right, as it's just flashed up there. Offside flag goes up against Peterborough United. It is 5 minutes of time added on at the end of the game, Ben.
Well, I don't know, I mean, if you sat there and pieced it together, then we could probably find 5 minutes. But, you know, it's going to be a little bit of a nervy 5 minutes because Peterborough are the ones that are pushing, but then there are gaps for United to exploit.
Rare error from Cameron Byrne-Hughes as he knocks that one out of play. Don't see that too often from him. Fox. Donjang. Williams Mercado steps away from Kokonki. Oh. Pass out to the right-hand side is too wide of Sykut.
He is quite fleet-footed, isn't he? Over on that far side. We didn't see anything of him in the first half, but he has made some really decent runs in this second half.
Chance here maybe for Lasale, who I think is offside. He's just gone a smidge early. It's good defending from Overy. Force Peterborough backwards. Mendonca looks for Shofawake. Brought away by Michalva. Gets another opportunity here. Malik Michalva. Shofawake into the penalty area. Manchester United are going to concede the corner. Haven't had to face too many of these over the course of 90 minutes.
No, but you know exactly where it's going.
Substitution for Peterborough United, replacing number 8, Eddie Fox.
Fox
Number 12,
leaves the field.
Nathan Akins.
Nathan Akins on to replace him as they try and find a way back into it.
We're taking off one sort of fairly giant sized player to be replaced with another. I can understand why he wants to do it now.
Might be even bigger, Akins.
I'm sure he is, yeah.
Whipped in, turned away. Manchester United still managing to keep that penalty area relatively safe. We've got 2 minutes-ish left to go. Throw-in is headed away, helped on by Lasale. Donjan is going to come back to the goalkeeper, Westcott. Donjan forward, headed away by Mills. Michalva against Overy. It's a couple of challenges in and wins his side a throw-in.
And you can see how the shape of the team and the positioning of the team has changed for United. They're now making sure that they manage this game and they have numbers back aplenty so that Peterborough can't have chances.
It's actually a real positive, isn't it? You've got to learn every aspect of the game, and game management is such a huge part of what's going on now.
Of course it is, and especially when you know you're only leading by a solitary goal.
Well, that's wriggled free. Now a foot race between the goalkeeper and Shofawake, and again the goalkeeper wins that foot race.
His starting position has been so good all evening, but this is last chance saloon. This ball will be coming straight into the box as best they can.
Donjan flicked on inside the penalty area, spilt inside the box, turned back goalwards. Manchester United are going to run this clear with Samuel Lasale, and he's going to open out those legs and see whether he can get United upfield. There is a crunching tackle that comes in. United still moving the ball forward. Brilliant ball that is, into the penalty area. Real chance here, drag wide. Well, McAvoy had the chance. Manchester United have gone one end to the other, and in so doing have managed to negate all of the danger and progress through to the next round of the FA Youth Cup. The first half goal from Gabriel managed out by Manchester United, and nothing less than they deserve.